with another word from the Lord, with the Lord, and always through the Lord. He is so beautiful. He is so beautiful. He came through when I was folding clothes just now, just like a couple minutes ago, I want to say. And I literally was just sitting there and thinking about. He came through in my. He always come through, right? So I was just sitting here and thinking. I was folding clothes and thinking, um, how he, how he moves. Okay, how he moves, and I was just wondering, like I told you guys, in another word that I said, I was just wondering, why are things happening, right? I was wondering, why are things happening? And so, when I was thinking about that today, right, he came through and he literally uses our enemies as as a footstool, guys. He literally protects us. And I just kept looking at it like in a different light, and I'm like, why this keeps happening? You know, like, why does this keep happening? Like, every time I go do something, something always happens. Every time I try to reach for something, something always happens, right? And the Lord made me look at it in a different light, in a different perspective, and he told me he's always with me, right? He always tells me this. But when he was showing me how he was with me, it just completely changed my whole perspective. It just completely changed how the way I viewed things at that moment when I was thinking about it. And I was like, you really do come through for me. And I feel like crying right now. Because what people can't see, when things are hidden in the dark, and when it's only you and the Lord, and you know, your enemies, when y'all all know what's going on behind closed doors, but it's not revealed to the public eye. Only it's in the dark, it's in the private eye, right? It can get a little frustrating, and we ask these questions to God, right? And we ask him, like, when are they gonna stop? When, just when, right? And when you have relentless enemies, it's kind of hard not to ask that question to God, right? So I wrote down, because I always, every time he gives me something to express, to put out, right, I always have to write it down. Every time we have a conversation, I always write it down because I know it could help somebody else. And he always tells me to write things down, and he's legit been telling me, write it down, like everything that I go through. And so so I wrote down, the Lord works everything out for our good. We may not see it in the moment, right? But when we're thinking about it, when we just sit back and think about what we go through, and he comes through how the way he came through for me just now, and he starts telling you that there's a reason why he tells us to trust him. There's a reason why he tells us to to there's a reason why he tells us, like, he's here with us, right? He is risen. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He is risen. And there's a reason why, because we can't see it right there and then, right? But when he starts telling us these things that we have questions to, he starts revealing it to us, and it's like, wow, you're right. Like, you've always been here for me. Like, you know what's best for me, right? And so when people come up against you, I'm gonna read from my notes now. When people come up against you, they plot to seek, kill, and destroy what the Lord wants to do in your life. And not just what he wants to do in your life, but even destroy you as a person, destroy your image, destroy you as an individual, as a human being, right? And some may seek just plot to kill you as well, right? So, but when God steps in, He will give you favor. He will use, wait, hold on. He will use your enemies as your footstool. Every plot, plan, and scheme they try to pull, the Lord comes in and uses it for our benefit. And He actually does. And that's where He had me like I was just like, wow, like you really, really do come through for us. And it hit me hard. Because I always say to myself, the Lord is with me, right? The Lord is with me, the Lord is with me. But to actually for Him to show me how He's with me, and I didn't even realize it, was the, it really hit home for me. And so, the Lord really does have our best interests at heart, not just the things we easily see, but the things that you, him, and your enemies know that happens behind closed doors. Okay? So what happens in the dark, basically. And and he really does have our back. Not just the best interest and with all the things that he can give us, right? But the best interest at heart when it comes to your health, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your spiritual growth, when it comes to preparing us, when it comes to our well-being, our mental health, our physical health, our emotions. He wants the best interest in everything for us. And I literally came to a realization that it's true. He does want the best interest in everything that we're involved, everything that we're surrounded by, every in the environment that we're in, the people we hang out with, the people we are around. He wants everything to be. He has everything in His best interest for us, and this is why He plucks out and removes, because that's all He wants is the best for His children. And I'm grateful for that. I feel like crying. I'm grateful for that because if he wouldn't never stepped into my situation, into my life, right? He's always been here, but me being in the body, if he hasn't stepped into the situations I was going through unknowingly, right? I would have still been stuck, and I still would have had people in my life that were never for me. And I'm so grateful for him, and I'm so grateful that he stepped in. And like, it's just so much that I can say how grateful I am just to have the Lord by my side, legit fighting for me. And it's not only just me, but I know it's you guys too. He's fighting for you as well. We may not see it right there and then, but just know that when he tells you to trust him, that whatever you're going through, he is handling it. It's for our good. Trust in that. Trust in that and rest in that. Because I tell you, when he comes through and he actually tells you how he's been there for you, without you even realizing, it it just takes your breath away, and it's just like, wow, like you really have been here, like you really have been here. And sometimes, like, we trust the Lord and we put all our trust and our faith and we believe in him and what he tells us and what he says, right? But sometimes when our vision gets blurry, right? Sometimes when we're losing a little hope, right? A little bit of faith, he comes in and he tells us how he does things, and just to lift us up, just to encourage us to keep going. And he may not tell you the full detail or anything, but he'll give you a glimpse. And that little glimpse, just grasp onto it and rest in it. Because that little glimpse is just letting you know that he's always been here for us. And he will always be fighting for us because we're his children. Okay? He loves us so much. And his love is so unconditional. Like, when it comes to his love, like, he has no limits when it comes to his love. His love is just beyond measures. And I'm so grateful for him. I'm so grateful. So yeah, guys, this is the word that the Lord literally, like, just dropped in my spirit as I was just folding clothes. Just folding clothes and just thinking about a certain particular situation that I was going through, and he just dropped it in my spirit. And I'm just so grateful for it. So I had to share it with you guys because I know that it will bless someone else. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay blessed up, stay prayed up, stay prosperous, and I will see you guys in the next word. Bye.